Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Food Tech Talks. Today we will be continuing the discussion about most expected questions for Food Safety Officer Examination 2020.
First question, SO2 is more effective against. Options are A. Bacteria, B. Mold, C. Yeast, and D is all of the above. Answer is option A. Bacteria. SO2 is more effective against bacteria. Normally, sulfur dioxide or salts of sulfates are used in the fruits and vegetable products. In aqueous solution, it will convert into sulfurous acid and bisulfate and sulfide ions. This bisulfate is act against the bacteria, means it will interfere the respiration of the bacteria and it helps to prevent the growth of bacteria in the particular food products. Second question, peroxide value indicate. Options are A. Degree of unsaturation, B. Amount of free fatty acid, and C. Degree of oxidation, and D is crystallinity of fat. Answer is option C. Degree of oxidation. Peroxide value means it is the amount of peroxide oxygen required for 1 kg of fat or oil. This is the basic definition for peroxide value. In that we are checking how much oxidation happened or how much rancidity happened to the particular oil. That is what we are mentioning. And degree of unsaturation means we will check by iodine value. Means gram of iodine absorbed per 100 gram of liquid. That is what called iodine value, degree of unsaturation. And amount of free fatty acid can be measured by using acid value. How much free fatty acid is there that we can neutralize by KOH. Means milligram of KOH required to neutralize fatty acid present in 1 gram of liquid. That is what called acid value. So, degree of unsaturation is by iodine value, and amount of free fatty acid is by acid value, and degree of oxidation or rancidity is by peroxide value. Third question, Barfoed's test used to determination of. Options are A. Ketoses, B. Distinguish between pentoses and hexoses, C. Reducing sugars, and D is monosaccharides. Answer is option D. Monosaccharides. Barfoed's test is used to detect presence of monosaccharides. It is based on the reduction of copper acetate to copper oxide. Then it will give a brick red precipitation. Fourth question, which color will form upon addition of iodine reagent to glycogen? Options are A. Blue black, B. Hazy brown, and C. No color, and D is none of the above. Answer is option B. Hazy brown. Glycogen and starch will react with the glycogen and it will give hazy brown color. Normally starch will react with the starch and it gives a blue black color, and with the glycogen it gives hazy brown color. Fifth question, Ninhydrin test used to determine. Options are A. Protein, B. Amino acid, C. Carbohydrate, and D is both A and B. Answer is option D, both A and B. Ninhydrin can be used to detect presence of both protein and amino acid. Sixth question, Molish test used to determine. Options are A. Minerals, B. Proteins, C. Fat, and D is carbohydrate. Answer is option D. Carbohydrates. Molish test is used to determine carbohydrate, and the reagent used is alpha naphthol. For fat we know Soxhlet, and protein Jaldas method. Seventh question, principle of Soxhlet method. Options are A. Solvent extraction, B. Steam distillation, C. Evaporation, and D is diffusibility. Answer is option A. Solvent extraction. Soxhlet method is used to determine fat content in the food. Normally, we will boil a particular solvent like petroleum ether or diethyl ether or hexane. This solvent will boil and it will condensate and drip into the sample. The sample will be holding in a thimble in the Soxhlet apparatus. The solvent will drip into the sample and it will extract the amount of fat content. That we will collect back. We will remove the solvent and we will find the amount of fat content in the food. Normally, Gerber method is also a fat determination method, and it is normally used for determining fat content in the dairy products. Eighth question, Jaldas method is used to determine options are A. Vitamins, B. Carbohydrate, C. Protein, and D is fatty acid. Answer is option C. Protein. Jaldas method is used to determine presence of protein. 10th question. Reagent used for estimation of tannin. Options are A. Phosphomolybdate, B. Resorcinol, C. Phosphotangistic molybdic acid, and D is alpha naphthol. Answer is option C. Phosphotangistic molybdic acid. This is used for estimation of tannin. 11th question. Fisk and Rao method is used to detect. Options are A. Phosphorus, B. Iron, C. Copper, and D is chromium. Answer is option A. Phosphorus. Fisk and Rao method is used to determine presence of phosphorus. 12th question. Basic steps in Jaldas method for protein. Options are A. Digestion, B. Distillation, C. Titration, and D is all of the above. Answer is option D. All of the above. These all steps are coming under Jaldas method. In Jaldas method, first step is digestion. Digestion with a concentrated digestion mixture. It includes sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, etc. So from there, it will form ammonium sulfate. And next step is distillation with NaOH. Then from there, ammonia will liberate. This ammonia will collected in a boric acid, and it will titrate against. Third step is titration. In that step, it will titrate against concentrated HCl. This is the basic steps under Jaldas method.